Hello, Happy New Year, everybody. It's me, Rena, from the Slow Knitter, and I hope everyone had a good holiday. I'm trying to fix my light. I hope everyone had a good holiday. I did. Lovely Christmas and lots of celebrations and way too much food and like everybody. But I hope everybody had a good one. I did. Anyway, I thought I would start this new year by wishing everyone a very productive 2017 in terms of knitting. I have one FO to share, so my New Year's goal was to share one FO. When I restarted my podcast, here it is. It's nice, huh? I like it. I like it a lot, even though I don't think that this is necessarily my color. This is I haven't blocked it yet. You can see some fuzzy here. This is the Welted Cowl pattern by Jane Richmond, and I did it in a baby alpaca. Great to knit with, really super soft, but it was it's hard to you can't really block it. You can only like soak it and then put it on a towel or something. Anyway, I like it. I think it's good, even though I don't think pink is my color. I think it might work. So anyway, here's my 1FO, but I have other things to talk about. First, I want to tell you a little bit about what I did over Christmas, and that was collect bags. I mean, I bought myself for Christmas, because you must always buy yourself a present. I bought myself all these bags, these project bags. This one's from the Bag Ladies. It's got dogs on it. I love dogs. So this was very appropriate. And then, as I told you, I got one from Jody. Mrs. Brown Bags, the Grocery Girls. And what's in here, I'll show you in a minute. Very appropriate for what's in here. And this is from Banna and Bean. Very cute. I have a project to show you in here. Very cute little sheeps and wool balls, and I like it. It's fun. You know what? And for so long, I've been using Lululemon bags to hold all my stuff. I'm sort of glad now that I have these, because I can zip them up and pretty to look at. I just have to remember what's in what. Yeah, but I will. This is from, I forget who this is from. This is okay. It's okay. It's not as sturdy as the other ones are. Yarn Pop. I mean, it's okay. It's my second Yarn Pop bag. Pretty design, but not as sturdy. The other ones feel sturdier. Anyway, I thought I'd also give you some slow, you know me with the slow knitting, some slow knitting tips. And I want to thank Sasha. Thank you, Sasha, from Stitch Space, who also posted this on one of her blogs some other time about if you're slow because you run out of time, what you do. You know, how you find the time. So I'm reading my notes. You know, she wrote this down. Actually, I don't know if it's on her site or her blog or anything, but when I researched what do you do when you don't have time for yourself, when you're trying to accomplish a project of knitting or anything else, what do you do? So, and this popped up, and then later Sasha and I connected on another topic, and I told her that I would give her some acknowledgement for helping me communicate this with you. So I have slow knitting advice for time constraint slow knitting, and slow knitting advice for me or people like me who suffer from, I think there's a thumb thing that happens. In my case, it's my tendonitis, and I'll tell you more about that in another episode, about why my tendonitis acts up. But anyway, so tip number 1, for those who have time constraints, squeeze in knitting anywhere you can. And I know a lot of you know this already, and a lot of you do this, but sometimes a lot of people just can't find the time. If you're in a carpool line waiting to pick up your children, knit. If you're on an airplane, and we all know this, knit. Carve out that little bit of time that you can during the day where you can hide away for even 10 minutes and do a couple of rows. Do it. It's really, carving out some me time. Carving out me time is really, really hard to do for anybody. What I do if I can't knit is I watch knitting podcasts. I look over my stash. I sort of touch my wool a lot. I do a quick stroll through a local yarn store. Not a good idea. Last time I did that, I came away again with needles and yarn. Did I? Well, we know I didn't need it. Anyway, it's at least a connection to something you love. If you've got some time but you can't really knit. Anyway, so that's some advice. And really, it's just identifying time and leaving your knitting everywhere you can, that you just pick it up and go. Sometimes it's just not going to work. Sometimes it'll work. I don't know. Anyway, I'll just keep giving advice, and Sasha will keep sending me advice, and I'll keep communicating it, and so will she. Anyway, for those of us who have repetitive strain injuries or tendinitis or anything else, I've done a lot of research trying to figure out how I can get at it. And really, it comes to taking a few days off, which is really, really hard. But I should take my own advice. Just organize my stash a little better. Go on podcasts. Although podcasts sort of make me want to go out and knit, so not sure that's great. But if you do rest, it does take your tendons and muscles. Gives them a little bit of a break. If you can get a massage, and if you have a therapist that understands what your issue is, don't go for the deep tissue massage. That will actually do more damage and hurt you more. Go for a light massage just so you can get the blood flow moving. At least once a month if you've got issues, but again, gentle, not tough massage, because you come out of there hurting more and it won't be good. Trust me. Sometimes heat works. Sometimes ice works. There's a Ravelry group called Knitting with Carpal Tunnel. I don't have carpal tunnel, but, there's this whole advice, a whole school of thought that you plunge your, that part of your hand that hurts or that part into ice water, take it out, plunge it again, take it out. And, easier said than done. It does work for a few minutes, but it's a long-term thing, man. You're just going to have to deal with it. I got this machine called the Thumper. It's like a handheld massage machine. You plug it in, and it just, it feels so good. That I got at Amazon. Thumper, the Thumper. And I got the small one. And, when it really hurts, you just, the thing, it helps. I have one of those floor rollers. I just did it a few minutes ago. That helps. That's a good, that sort of helps a little. Not really, but it does, you can feel it. I get it a lot in my shoulders and in my lats. So, and I also do restorative yoga, which is sort of lazy yoga, old lady yoga, which is basically we never get on the floor. We stand up and we do a lot of stretching. And one stretch is literally, it's called downward dog on the wall. And you stand on the wall with your arms up, and it really helps stretches this area. So, a little tip, and mindfulness and meditation, man. I know knitting is very zen-like and makes us relax a lot, but even not doing anything and just taking 30 minutes a day just to meditate, your mind wanders. You may be thinking about how you're going to fix that mistake you made knitting, but still it's quiet and it's just you. I find when I do meditation that I sleep better at night. My lighting here is just not right. My friend Carol told me to get better lighting. I will. Yeah, I will. Anyway, so I'll just keep researching. I'll just keep helping. Anyway, again, finished object, finally! finished object. I think I started this in, I don't even want to tell you when. It was like 2014 or 15. There's no excuse. I mean, go through your whip drawer and figure out which ones you have very little left to do. Finish it. Makes you feel so much better. Makes me feel so much better. I kind of like it. It's okay. All right. Let's talk about whips. I'll start with, oh, wait. Oh, remember I told you about Avril's leg warmers and I was doing it on Tosh DK. So I've made some progress. This whole magic loop thing, I'm really digging it. I really like it. So I've made some progress. Not bad. I like this colorway. Founder's Pottery. Metal and Tosh DK. Pretty, isn't it? I really like it. So it's coming along. But I think I have another. So I measured Avril's legs the other day. 1, 2, 3. She's very tall. So I have a lot more to go. But anyway, it's relaxing knit. I don't find that magic loop bothers me as much as long rows of something. And I think it's because you stop after so many stitches and you switch needles. So you're not like, So I don't know. We'll see. Then, you know that I love Melanie Berg shawls, right? I love all the sizes of Melanie Berg. So I'll wear it next time. My Drachenfels, which is one of her most popular patterns, is beautiful. It's made out of finito. You know how much I love finito. So I'm making one for my sister out of Tosh Sport. She's a white shirt, blue jean wearing, or leggings, but she loves white shirts. And I figured this with the white, and then I have a dark navy that'll go in the stripes. I love knitting this. It's really a nice, relaxing knit. Of course, it'll get like this long, and of course, I'll be in a lot of pain. But who cares? It's so beautiful. So I really like it. You know, I'm coming up to another white stripe section, which I really like doing. So, there you go. That's in this bag from Jody. Mrs. Brown bag, Grocery Girls. Yay. All right. Then, all right, I'm having an issue. This is in the Banna and Bean bag, which I love. She sends all sorts of little cutie gifts with it. So I'm doing this hat out of Plucky Bulky. Look at it. See my face? I'm having an issue with bulky yarn. I have a big issue with bulky yarn. And no. So I'm going to probably frog this. It's going to be a hat for my niece. But I'm probably going to frog it and try something else with the bulky that doesn't kill me. So, but it's really nice. It's nice too. I like it. Anyway. Cute bag, but not a good project. So, bye-bye. Then, if any of you, and I know a lot of you do watch the Grocery Girls, and you know Joji Locatelli, and how she, for Jody asked her to design a pattern for Tracy. And she did. And what's it called? It's the cutest thing, and it seems right up my alley, something I could do. It's called The Girl from the Grocery Store. Did you all get this pattern? She discounted it. I love it because it's really a very straightforward, very simple, but it's so beautiful. Look it up. Girl from the Grocery Store. So I looked at those people who were working on it and looked at the different yarns they were using and thought, crap, I have that. I could do it. So here I am. I just started it. And I'm doing it in Tosh Merino Light. And this colorway, I think, is Composition Book Gray. Nice. This colorway is Maramuki. Oh, I lost it. I lost the tag somewhere. It's somewhere, but you know, it's so pretty. It's so speckled. And I figured, you know, with the blue, it's a good combo. And, you know, I just got started yesterday with it. It's a very fast knit. It's a fun pattern. I like it. But you can see the speckles on the, whatever that is, the speckled merino light. So we'll see how that goes. It's fun. It's fun. It's easy. A lot of knit two-togethers and knit front and back and that kind of thing. But I like the pattern has this sort of border that is a little wavy, and I like that. And it's not huge. I mean, it just takes a skein each of 2 colors. I guess I should put this in the grocery bags instead of Miss Bag Ladies, although I really like this one. Then, guess what I'm doing? Oh my God. Really, I watch all of you, see your feeds, watch the podcasts on Instagram, see everybody making socks. I figured since I conquered Magic Loop, or conquering Magic Loop for Avril's leg warmers, that I possibly could do a sock. Look at my little sock somewhere. Oh man, I had a big accident today on this sock, but I got it back because the sock was a little longer. I had to go all the way back to save it. Cute, but look at this yarn. It's so fun. Look how many colors are in this yarn. It's like, you know what I named it? Party socks. It's like a party in my mouth. It's so fun. All these colors. Isn't that great? I have no idea how these are going to turn out. And it's a yarn company. It's a German yarn company called... Never heard of this company before. Regia? Is that Regia? I have no idea how these socks are going to turn out. I'm just going to be happy with one of them. I found some good YouTube channels on how to do it and all that. And I got really good advice from one of my club members, my Loops Club members, who said, when you get to the heel and you get to the heel turn, don't do it alone. Go work with somebody who knows how to do it. And I thought, yeah, that's probably a good idea. But I have a lovely yarn store that does teaching, and then you can call a teacher and they can help you at the yarn store. It's about 25 miles away, but it take a little ride up there. But anyway, yeah. But I need a bag, and I need another bag. I did order another bag because I need another bag. Or maybe I use that banana and bean bag that I'm going to frog that plucky, whatever it was, big bulky wool that I can't use. So, now, lastly, and this is the bane of my existence these days, simply because it just gets me, is this Spice Market shawl on the Spice Market by Melanie Berg. I told you about these weird stitches that really get me. They just go on for freaking ever. However, it really is pretty gorgeous. I don't even, you know, it is gorgeous. If it's, and then it's got this thing that you wear around. The problem is that I have like one more difficult stitch in this color, and then another, I don't know how many rounds, 4 of the final color, because each of these colors that you have at the beginning, nice, huh? Ends up with these crazy stitches. So while it's going to be beautiful at the end, my good friend, and I'm going to call her my producer because she's given me some great critique on my podcast, is saying put it aside for a while. And I might just take that advice and put it aside for a while and work on these other fun things. Anyway, so then you see I'm in my she cave. That's what I call it. You know, they call it man caves. I call this my she cave. And you see behind me, and I know you've seen her, that was a statue I bought from my office when I owned my own business and I had an office. And one day we went art shopping and I saw her and I thought, I must have her. On the very bottom, it says, it's carved, "She who must be obeyed." I think we should all. So now she's my model, although she's spiky. I have to be careful how I put things on her. It's fun, isn't it? I know you've seen her, so I just wanted to point her out. Anyway, so stash. Let's talk about stash. Everybody curates their stash differently. By weight, by color, by yarn company. I haven't quite figured it out. At this point, I'm doing it by weight. Stash by weight. Although I keep fiddling around and mix them up. So any advice on keeping track of my stash, which is ever growing, is welcome. So feel free to comment on this for any stash advice. Anyway, I welcome comments too, as well. So talk away. And also, if you're not subscribing, please subscribe, because I am, like every other podcaster, going to have a little giveaway. I'm already collecting my giveaway things. Now, questions and answers. One of my podcasts, I mentioned that I might use Rowan Baby Merino Silk for a test of stash. Socks. So, and somebody commented, thank you so much, saying you might not want to use silk for socks. And I thought, duh, she's right. I might not. Why don't I just stick to a basic sock yarn and go from there? So thank you for telling me that. So any kind of suggestions on these crazy socks I have? I can't do 2 at a time yet. I'm just getting used to the whole magic loop thing. So hopefully I'll do 2 at a time soon. Also, I would like your suggestions on what you'd like me to talk about, to cover in these videos, whether it's about slow knitting or curating stash, or how I can get through this long nightmare project. I love Melanie's designs, but this one, it's got me all turned upside down. On the the time crunch or the tendonitis issue, may be an opportunity to give me some more tips. So put something down in the comment section and I'll be sure to research it and talk about it if you want me to. And then I'm going to have a new thing that I'm going to do every time I podcast, which I just get a kick out of Instagram and all the hashtags. And this past season with all the hashtags about Christmas Eve socks, and anyway, I get such a kick out of these hashtags. So I'm going to do hashtags of the week every time I podcast. So come up with some great ones, send them to me, and I'll talk about the hashtags. I think they're so funny. My favorite one so far. So I'll start one today. Is speckles are so in right now. So I'm like, they are? Oh, I must go out and get them. Then when you hit it, you see all these yarns of speckles, and then you see projects of speckled yarn. What fun. Also, I'm going to try my best. I don't know if it'll work. To keep these videos to around less than 20 minutes, although I'm not really doing well today. I'm up to 24 already. But I'm going to try to keep them around 20 or less than 20. And my friend Carol, who I'm dubbing my producer, suggested that I keep it to the length of a TED Talk. And if those of you who understand what I'm talking about, TED is an organization of speakers that speak on a regular basis all over the country at different TED events. And they are required, and they've done a lot of studies on this, to keep everybody's talk, everybody who is invited to speak, must keep their presentation to like 18 minutes. I mean, there's this whole science about attention spans and stuff like that. So if I lost you by now, I get it. But I'm just saying, I'm going to try and keep these sub 20 minutes so that I can have your full attention during the whole experience. Let's see, what else? I continue to shop. Must not do that. Must not do that. So I'm going to try to just concentrate on these projects that I've shown you. And maybe next time I will have something, a sock. I don't know about these shawls. They're going to take me forever, but maybe I'll show you my progress on them. But anything you want me to talk about, feel free to comment. I'm going to start to get better at these videos. I got a new piece of equipment, and hopefully that will allow me to put up picture-in-picture and title cards and I don't know about that. But anyway, I also, I think that's it. I could go on, but I'm really trying to respect everybody's time. Anyway, Happy New Year. I'm glad to be here with you. You will see my finger like stop the thing because I can't. Anyway, and send me your suggestions on what you want to talk about, or fun hashtags that I can talk about, or bags that, Etsy shops that you think I should go to for more bags. I'm willing. I'm open to do it. And I think that's it. That's it for today. Happy New Year. And let's have a prosperous, great knitting New Year. And hopefully my slowiness will get better. Probably not. Anyway, bye. See ya.